Hello, fourth graders. It's Ms. Del Vescovo. I hope you had a fantastic summer. We're going to have a Zoom, but I thought that I would put just this one book in Google Classroom since I know one of the fourth grade teachers was talking about idioms. So I thought that I found the perfect book about idioms. She said you learned a little bit about it in third grade and you might want to use some idioms in your writing this year. So this book is called The Cat's Pajamas by Wallace Edwards. And there's going to be some very funny pictures in this book. So here's the title page, The Cat's Pajamas by Wallace Edwards. And an idiom is a group of words whose meaning cannot be understood from the meaning of the individual words. An expression peculiar to a specific language that cannot be translated literally. That means the words sound like one thing, but they mean something different. So some of these idioms you probably know, but there's a lot of funny pictures. The first one is, the more Mr. Cat sewed, the more he got the hang of it. So you see the mouse is hanging, but getting the hang of it means figuring it out, learning how to do it. On the day of his art show, Vincent was so nervous he didn't know if he was coming or going. That means he was a little confused. Right? As judge of the Tiny Tot Talent Contest, Leon had to face the music. Right? So really face the music means that you have to face up to something, maybe something you don't want to deal with. Beryl thought constantly about her big hat collection. She had a real bee in her bonnet. That's a pretty funny picture of the bear named Beryl. A bee in your bonnet, I think, means that you're really thinking about something a lot, right? You kind of obsess over it. The Clothesline Club loved hanging out. Their motto was, birds of a feather flock together. So birds of a feather flock together means that people or who are similar, have similar interests, like to spend time together. No matter where he went, Inspector Reinhold always thought something smelled fishy. So if something smells fishy, that means you're suspicious of it. You don't really believe it. Blanche discovered that finding her way home from the party was a piece of cake. That means it was easy to do. As soon as he started his new job, Harold's ears were ringing. So it's pretty funny. He's got a lot of rings in his ears, but ears are ringing means you think somebody's talking about you. Your ears are ringing. Wade had never driven a submarine before, so he couldn't wait to get his feet wet. So get your feet wet means you want to try something out. As much as the Sugar Bunnies enjoyed traveling, they were always happy to return to their home sweet home. Of course, you probably heard home sweet home before. It doesn't mean it's made out of candy or gingerbread. It means it's a nice place to come home to. It's pleasant. It's sweet in that way. Although they frequently disagreed, when it came to staying dry, Foxworth and Featherstone saw eye to eye. If you see eye to eye with somebody, it means you agree with them. By his second time around on the Happy Hurler, Hammy was having more fun than a barrel of monkeys. All right. So monkeys are supposed to be fun to hang out with. So when you say barrel of monkeys, it means it's a lot of fun. Gerard was terrible at tying bows, but Claudia could always be counted on in a pinch. All right. In a pinch means in an emergency. The Oasis Express was running late, so Camilla had to cool her heels. When somebody says cool your heels, they mean you need to be patient, right? Because she had to wait. The Waddle Rockets finally began to pick up speed once Little Red got her ducks in a row. To get your ducks in a row means to get yourself organized, right? Tina's day was going great until she realized she had a tiger by the tail. You have a tiger by the tail, that's not so good because the tiger is a dangerous thing. So, right. In order to have dinner music, Andy was forced to use his noodle. Usually, I think use your noodle means like use your head. Sometimes people call that your noodle.